says I'm too controlling. So many times we hear this in the counseling office. People come in and they say something about control. So what's wrong with control? We have remote controllers to operate our televisions. We have air traffic controllers. What would happen if we didn't have them? There would be chaos in the skies. Control doesn't have to be a bad thing. Thank you for checking out our channel. We're making these videos as a free resource for people to help improve mental fitness. This video is about control. I grew up on the ski hill, and those of you that ski will know that control is a really important part of that sport. You get that person that bombs straight down the hill, not going to name any names, but those people that are skiing out of control. You get those other people that drive me crazy. They are in too much control. They stand at the top of the hill, they discuss, they look down the hill, contemplating which mogul they're going to turn on, and they block the trail for the rest of us waiting to have our turn to go down. So control is important, but if we have too much, it's not a good thing. If we have too much control, we have our boundaries so tight that there's no way we can take in information from other people. We want our boundaries a little more permeable so we can accept ideas. However, if we have less control, if we're that out of control skier bombing straight down the hill, our boundaries are far too permeable and we're taking in things from everywhere. We're grabbing hold of different concepts, trying them out, letting them go. And that can't be good for us either. We want to be in a balanced position. Control is good. We need some control. We have to feel our edges to know that we're taking those turns. We have to feel that we are making the right decisions in our life. I often hear people say, I'm out of control. When they do that, I encourage them to take a closer look. Are they really totally out of control? When we tell ourselves that, it creates a hopelessness in ourselves. Even that out of control skier made the decision to put their feet in their boots, to click into their bindings, probably grab their poles, and take off down the hill. So they appear to be out of control, but there's some control there already. When we take a look at our lives, if we're feeling like we're out of control, it's not a great thing to load on our brain. We want to look for those places in our lives where we are making positive decisions, where we're making practical decisions, where we're taking that direction that's helpful for us. And once we can do that, it instills some hope in us and we're able to have a more balanced picture of what's really going on in our life. Yes, we might feel like we require or would like a little more control in certain areas, and we can work on that. That's not a big deal. But to say that we're totally out of control is not helpful. To say that someone is controlling, family systems theory is a really good way to look at this concept. We are both responsible. When someone is more controlling, we granted them the ability to control. If we're not comfortable with that, then we begin our negotiation. We maybe take a step back and we say, why is it that this person feels that they require more control? And we can help them understand ourselves and our relationship better. When we breathe, remember to breathe, and we look at our relationship from a systems perspective, then we're not blaming. We're not calling controlling. That's name calling, and that's never good. Looking at how we handle things, who's accepted the responsibility for certain things may also help us understand and adjust so that we can give up some control if we're the person that is perceived as having a larger amount of control, or we can take some back. That's all about negotiation. If you'd like a little more information about family systems theory, you can click on the link above and you'll see another little video that explains that in more detail. So control is not a bad thing. We require some control. Let's think about control as being on a continuum. At one end, it's absolute boredom. At the other end, it's absolute chaos. We don't want to be in either of those two extremes. If we're in that one extreme, we have heightened anxiety and very, very difficult to deal with. And in the other extreme, we're stagnated and we can't grow. So we want to find a spot on the continuum where we are comfortable. And that takes some negotiation with our partners. It's all about cooperation, communication, and finding that right balance that works for us. There may be a time in your life where you want to give more control to someone else. And there may be a time in your life when you feel like you require a little more control to direct your path. Don't be the skier that bombs straight down the hill, out of control or seemingly out of control. Also, don't be that person blocking everyone else's way and taking too much time overthinking things. We want to find a comfortable spot on the continuum where we feel like calm and in control and open to accept new information so that we can find that sweet spot. And remember, that sweet spot may change throughout our lives. Other things happen in our lives where we have to give up more control to other people. And there are other times when we have to step up and assume that control ourselves. Control is not a bad thing. Control is something that we require. If you like this video, hit subscribe and the notification bell. If you have a comment, please leave it below and we'll be sure to send you some resources, or we might even take your idea and make a future video. So thank you and take care out there.